Hi everyone, my name is Chenzi. I'm from China and I'm the women's officer. Chinese culture is one of the world's oldest cultures, tracing back to thousands of years ago. There are so many important components in the Chinese culture, including ceramics, architecture, music, literature, food, and arts. Officially, we have 56 recognized ethnic groups in China. And some of us speak different dialects, and we have different traditional clothes. And also, for Chinese, family is a key component in society. Because of the focus on family, it is important for us to gather together with family during Chinese New Year and other festivals. A fun fact about Chinese culture: fortune cookies are not a thing in China. Chinese restaurants in China do not and have never served them to the customers. However, our food culture is definitely amazing. We have a huge range of food, many of which have symbolic meanings. I hope after this video, you may get interested in Chinese culture and want to learn more about China. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Junior Rusena. I am from Nigeria. I am the current Welfare and Community Executive Officer at the University of Manchester Student Union. About my culture, Nigeria is a very big country with many diverse cultural traditions and languages. One thing I love about Nigeria is we are very proud people. We love our varieties of cultures, languages, and food. You must try the Nigerian food, especially our famous jollof rice. We love our comedy. Nollywood movies is a must to watch and laugh with family. Nigerians love to travel around the world. Fun fact about me, I have lived in 4 different countries.
Hello everyone, I'm Laetitia Alexandratos, the Education Officer of the Students' Union, and I'm half Belgian, half Greek. Belgium is a small European country snuggled up between France, Germany, the Netherlands, and Luxembourg. Although it might not be known by its name, you encounter probably every day something that originated from Belgium. A couple of examples are French fries, Belgian waffles, saxophone, Tomorrowland, the Smurfs, and Tintin. We have 3 official languages, French, Dutch, and German, that are spoken in different parts of the country, and our motto is called Unity is Strength. Nevertheless, we still beat the world records for the longest period without a government. Not once, but twice. 592 days and 652 days without a national government. I don't know if we're really proud of that, but I guess it's just a testament that when you're living in a national setting with different regions that have different cultures and different languages, it's a testament that we always try to find a compromise, however long it might take, because unity is strength at the end of the day. Greece, on the other hand, is set in the Western history book to be the birthplace of democracy and the Olympic Games. Other things like our Greek mythological god, goddess, and heroes might be things that you've read in children's book or in class. And tourism is really important thanks to our iconic archaeological sites and 6,000 Mediterranean islands. Our food, like the Greek salads, pita gyros, moussaka, and pasticcio, are my favorites, and they're definitely worth a try. I'll leave you with a simple tip. If in the summer you might be stranded on a Cyclades island with a lot of other people dancing in a circle, we have a specific irregular rhythm that goes in 5/8. So keep that in mind when you're celebrating in the summer. It goes like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And you can ask around about the specific dance moves. People are really welcoming. And I hope to see you there.
Hi everyone, my name is Nana Fridia Ajamai, and I'm from Ghana, formerly known as the Gold Coast. If you ever take a trip to Ghana, one of the phrases you're likely to hear is Akwaba, which means welcome. And you can respond with Medase, which means thank you. Here is my crash course about Ghana. Ghana was the first country to gain independence in West Africa. Ghana is the 3rd most peaceful country in Africa according to the 2020 World Peace Index. Ghana has about 50 indigenous languages, so don't expect everyone to speak English when you visit. Ghana thrives in the world of cocoa production. It is the main agricultural export of the country. We are second only to the Ivory Coast, which also makes us the second largest cocoa exporter on the planet. Ghana is also the second largest producer of gold in Africa. Now you know how we got the name Gold Coast. In 1991, a man from Ghana named Ferdi Ato Adoboy set a world record. He successfully ran 100 meters backwards in a remarkable 13.6 seconds. I bet Usain Bolt can't do that. Finally, a fact my Nigerian friends will always disagree with is this: Ghanaians make the best jollof rice in the world. There's so much more to say about Ghana, but it is better experienced than heard. So take a trip to Ghana anytime. You never know, I might meet you somewhere and gladly say, Akwaba.
Hello everyone, merhaba. My name is Ecem Yalçın and I'm the International Students Officer at the University of Manchester Students' Union. I'm from Turkey, and Turkey is a very big and beautiful country with many cultural traditions. One of these cultural traditions includes Semazen. We also have our plays such as Karagöz and Hacivat. We have many historical and touristic places. We have our traditional folk dances. We also have traditional sports, oil wrestling. One of the other things are we have great diversity in Turkish cuisine. I love our food, you should definitely try it. As all of the other countries, Turkey, there's a lot more to say about Turkey as well, but I'm sure we will see and learn more about the Turkish culture in the Global Week, so görüşürüz.
Midinde Nana Omono Asamoah Kokote. My name is Kwame Asamoah Kwarteng. I hail from the Asante region of Ghana. My people are predominantly businessmen and women, cocoa farmers, and political elites. As a member of the Akan tribe, one fact that I would like to leave you with is every Akan person has an automatic name according to the day he or she was born. So if you were born on Monday, you are called Kwejo for a male and Ajua for a female. If you are born on Tuesday, you are Abna for female and Kwabna for male. On Wednesday, you are Equia for female and Kweku for male. If you are born on Thursday, you are called Yao for a male and Ya for female. If you are born on Friday, you are Efia for female and Kofi for a male. If you are born on Saturday, like myself, then you are called Kwame if you are a male, then Ama for a female. Lastly, if you are born on Sunday, you are called Akwesi for male and Akosia for female. So to learn a lot about the interesting culture of the Ghanaian people, then do make it a point to join us during the Global Week events via the social media pages of the Students' Union. Thank you. Medase.
Hi, my name is Carol Tiriongo. I'm the Activities and Development Officer at the Students' Union. I come from Kenya, a beautiful East African country. Fun facts about Kenya. When you come to Kenya, you're likely to have close encounters with the big five. That is, the African lion, the African elephant, Cape buffalo, black and white species of rhinoceros, and the African leopard. It's also the world's leading safari destination according to the World Travel Awards. Kenya is also home to the fastest land animal, the cheetah. The cheetah is the fastest moving animal on land in the world, with speeds of up to 120 kilometers per hour. Also known as the country of languages, there are 68 different languages spoken in Kenya, and the official language is Swahili. With 44 tribes, our culture is rich. Among the most known tribes is the Maasai community, which is a welcome representation of our people, our art, and resilience. As you can see, I'm wearing the Maasai attire that consists of meticulously arranged symbolic beading. We also take pride in producing tea that is among the best in the world. We have and continue to produce world athletic champions. What do I love about Kenya? I love the warmth and the authenticity of her people. Our diversity allows us to share our cultures and what the country has to offer. Thank you.
Tell us a bit why this one is special for you.
Because this shows me how unique our university is, and shows me the dedication of both the students and the staff. And it's a joyous occasion.
What's clear is that behind these successes lies the effort, skill and commitment of many individuals, quite a number of which are represented here today.
Let's meet some of the class of 2016-17 who will introduce each other.
The most surprising thing, Marco, found in Manchester is the unpredictable weather.
That idea that education is a powerful tool for transformation lies at the very heart of the Equity and Merit programme.
For me, it's about seeing those examples of social responsibility and activity in the university in one event, like the greatest hits or the top of the pops kind of social responsibility. That's what this is. And I think, I've kind of lost myself there.
That's okay.
I just walked down a little cul-de-sac. I've turned around and gone, where am I? And that's all right.
Whatever you must do, no impromptu jokes, please. So a cowboy rides into town wearing a paper hat and a paper shirt. He was arrested for rustling. Oh.
People in the past have compared these awards to the Oscars because they have a similar level of glitz and pomp.
Behind everything in this university are people, individuals, teams, staff, students, student protesters, alumni, external partners. And this event really recognises and celebrates all of those great contributions of so many people across this institution.
Just been added a post-it note by Julian that says, Clive, your presentation should be like my underwear, brief and uplifting. Julian, really.
Winners are Andrew Vaughan and Sally Sally, I can't say it, Bellwall, sorry.
The university's special award for lifetime achievement goes to Tony Redmond.
This is sadly James's fifth but final event as Vice President for Social Responsibility. You've given out loads of awards. We think, don't we, that James deserves his own Making a Difference awards, do we? Yeah. So it gives me great pleasure for Chancellor Lem to say to come over, go and get your own Making a Difference award, please. In these really quite unprecedented times, we're delighted to be bringing our university community together like this from our secret lockdown studios here in Manchester.
In the past 12 months, we have reaffirmed our commitment to social responsibility as one of our 3 core goals in our new vision and strategic plan, Our Future.
I couldn't be more chuffed to be at these awards, really. It's the highlight of my year now, and I hope it shows everyone how important social responsibility is to me, as well as to the university. Sustainable festival. This is great. Teresa, Tim, you're both there. You are obviously not socially distancing.
Yeah, we're not socially distancing. We're married to each other. So
She did try to persuade me to move out though, but I said I wasn't doing it. So.
Good evening. Welcome to the 2021 Making a Difference Awards. This past year has been like no other, and so we are bringing you an awards like no other too. Filmed live here from our specially created studio at our university's Manchester Museum, we're celebrating the very best of what's been achieved over the past 12 months in social responsibility. I'll be seeing you all again later on, so it just leaves me to say that whilst we have thousands of rare objects here at the museum, few of these are as unique as our presenter for this evening, and that is of course our Director of Social Responsibility, Julian Skirm. So Julian, please take away tonight's proceedings.
Welcome to the 2021 Making a Difference Awards to Social Responsibility. The Brits had Jack Whitehall, the Oscars had Priyanka Chopra, you've got me. And for those of you that don't know me, I'm Julian Skirm, and I'm the university's Director of Social Responsibility. Tonight, my role is to be your host with the most, to introduce and deduce things and provide the flow to your show. I'm so thrilled to be able to come to you here live from our beautiful campus in Manchester, and actually from the Living Worlds Gallery in our university's Manchester Museum. Museum bosses in the late 19th century asked the architects to build a gallery at the size of the height of a giraffe and the length of a whale. And if you look up, it is indeed. Above me, at 11 meters long, the sperm whale skeleton from 1896 is the biggest object in our museum, and it's the only thing longer than tonight's script. If you notice me getting excited tonight, it's because I haven't been surrounded by so many mammals in over a year. But of course, we've got even more of you lovely mammals tuning in online from every continent in the world. And so I'd like to welcome you all, colleagues, students, former students, friends and partners of the university. And of course, those of you who have been shortlisted for an award. It's also at this point where I promised Nalin, our Vice President, I'd say hi to his mum, Salaban Thacker, to say hi to Lisa's mum, Lynn Horgan, and of course my own mum, Patricia Skirm. You're all particularly welcome. Now this year we received 141 entries, and I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of our judges. The majority of those are important partners from outside the university. As judges, you help us hold a mirror up to the public each year regarding the quality, the relevance and the impact of our work on social responsibility. If you've been sharing content on our Facebook Live page already, please keep going and pass on your comments and support to all of our awardees tonight. They'd really like that. And if you're using Twitter, why not tweet about the event throughout the evening using the hashtag #MADAwards. So, it's my time now to say hello and to introduce my co-host and the good cop to my good cop. I'm delighted to be joined here tonight on a big screen in the Manchester Museum, Graham Norton style I should say, by the acclaimed poet, the playwright, the broadcaster, the speaker, the friend, and most importantly, our elected University Chancellor, Lem Sisse MB. Lem.
Hey, thanks Julian, and hiya to everyone. It is great to be here, and it's also great to be here on a big screen underneath our museum's giant sperm whale.
And Lem, I've seen that you've done so many events in the past 12 months, but this is the best one, right?
Hey Festival, it's nothing. Brighton, guest director of the Brighton Festival, it's nothing. Have I got news for you? It's nothing. This is the place to be, and I've seen that you've done so many events, and this is the best one, and I'm looking forward to the buzz. I love trying out new production ideas, and this year we're breaking new ground by using a studio-led approach live from Manchester Museum.
And Lem, do you remember last year? Yeah, we had a bit of fun, didn't we, when we had to do this for the first time online. We challenged people to identify 5 changes to our appearance. You know, we did lapels and other things. We did this on our Facebook Live page, and for some reason this was really popular. The awards are good, but people really like this. It was weirdly popular, actually. So what we've done tonight, we've got something else in store, and did you want to share that with people?
Yeah, so this year we're raising the bar and challenging you to identify objects from the museum's collection. There are 4.5 million objects in the museum, so the first person to name them all wins. I'm only joking. Throughout the evening, 10 unusual objects from the museum are going to appear, and you need to identify them. Before we get some smart comments, I'd just like to add that Julian doesn't count as an unusual object, despite what some of his colleagues might say. All you need to do is to name the object in the comments on our live Facebook page, and the first person to correctly name each object will receive a beautiful Stan-inspired T-Rex dinosaur candle from the museum gift shop. Remember, social justice and fairness are important university values, so no one from Manchester Museum is allowed to take part, and we'll be watching out for any cheaters. Good luck, folks.
Thanks, Lem. So I hope you've all got that now, and the last thing it leaves me to do before we get tonight underway is invite the person who's responsible for us having social responsibility as a core goal of our university, and that's, of course, our President and Vice-Chancellor, Professor Dame Nancy Rothwell. Like all of you tonight, Nancy is joining us from her living room, and as always, she's been kind enough to support these awards and really would like to say a few words by way of welcome. So, Nancy, over to you, please.
Hello, everyone, and thank you, Julian and Lem, and a very, very warm welcome, everyone, to our 2021 Making a Difference Awards for Social Responsibility. Hard to believe this is the 7th time we've hosted these events, and the 2nd time they've been delivered online during a pandemic. But even in spite of that, these are always one of the highlights of our university calendar. And by delivering the event in this way, more people than ever can at least take part. Tonight, we've got people tuning in from all over the UK and across many countries and time zones around the world. So whether you're a member of staff, a current, a future, or a past student, a member of our board or our General Assembly, or an external partner or friend of the university, you're all extremely welcome. I'm also very grateful to the chair of our Board of Governors, Edward Assel, who'll say a few words later. And of course, our Chancellor, Lem Sisse, who's being beamed into the Manchester Museum to be alongside Julian announcing our winners. To say that the last 14 months have been unprecedented and difficult for everyone in our university community is definitely an understatement. But during this period, our commitment to social responsibility has only been strengthened. This has included, among many other things, providing over 1,000 students and staff to the NHS frontline at the height of the pandemic, hosting vaccine sites and testing facilities on our campus, designing, producing and testing over 150,000 pieces of personal protective equipment, carrying out more than 200 research projects to understand and treat COVID-19, supporting school pupils, the NHS, food banks, and the vaccine rollout through our student volunteers. And I heard about our volunteers earlier today. And of course, working with people, charities, businesses, and other public bodies to ensure we can build back better, socially, environmentally, and economically, as we start to reopen society. You'll hear many achievements tonight, but I would like to call out the obvious one that really encapsulates every aspect of our work on social responsibility, and that's our recent position as the #1 university in the world for impact awards towards the 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Our THE impact ranking covered 325 pieces of evidence from the work of our researchers, teachers, students, alumni, professional and cultural institution staff to support a healthier, fairer and more sustainable world. And of course, we are delighted with that award. As many of you know, it was exactly 10 years ago that I made the commitment for us to be first in the UK to place social responsibility as one of our 3 core goals. And it makes me so proud to be president of the university that sits at the top of over 1,200 universities in nearly 100 countries around the world for our social, economic and environmental impact. But still, we have a great deal more to do. So it just leaves me to say a huge thank you to everyone who entered or nominated someone for the award or spent time on the judging panels. Your time is really valued and recognised. The recognition that people will get tonight isn't just a personal one. These act as an inspiration to others to emulate and learn from. So good luck, and I wish everyone an enjoyable evening and an entertaining event. So now let me pass back to Julian, and I look forward to tuning in with the rest of you on Facebook Live. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nancy. Okay, so now we've got those formalities out of the way, let me explain how tonight's going to work. We'll be making awards in 8 categories, and we'll be updating you on where we're at in the proceedings throughout the night on Facebook Live.
Achievements in all areas, from research impact to teaching innovation, from public engagement to equality and sustainability. We'll also be celebrating the participation of our public partners.
In each section, I'll be revealing the highly commended awards before passing over to Lem to announce the overall winners in each category, all of whom will receive one of these specially disinfected COVID-safe trophies.
We'll then see a short film about each winner that shares the impact of their work. Each film will also show how the winner is contributing to the UN's Sustainable Development Goals, I should say. Then we will attempt to beam into some of our winners' houses so that they can share a few words with me. Just a note here, please can you keep your words brief? We have an action-packed evening, so this will help us to recognise everyone tonight.
All highly commended entrants will get certificates sent out when we return to campus, and we will send the winners their trophies. In addition, this evening, we will be formally recognising the excellent contributions of our staff and students to the COVID-19 pandemic. And we finish this evening around 7:30 to 7:45. You're then invited to stay with us for a short after-show drink and conversation right here in our Manchester Museum with Lem and with Esme Ward, the Director of Manchester Museum, where we'll be musing over the evening and also discussing the contribution of the broader cultural sector during lockdown for around 20 minutes. So let us procrastinate no further, apart from to say congratulations to whoever has identified our first unusual museum object of the night, the dodo, which was a bird last spotted in 1662 by a group of our current emeritus professors. Now, before my bird jokes become extinct, I just need to check that my co-host is indeed ready. Lem, are you ready to start?
Yes, Julian, let's do this thing.
Okay, let's do it. Okay. Okay then, our first award this evening is for outstanding contribution to widening participation. This is a category that recognises contributions to creating fairer access to higher education and there are two categories, one for students and one for staff. We'll begin with the winner of the Students' Awards. So, the first highly commended award for widening participation goes to a peer-led network for students from disadvantaged and underrepresented backgrounds. Congratulations go to the Library Peer Network. Well done, all of you. The second highly commended award goes to an online mentoring platform which matches Year 12 students from less advantaged backgrounds with medical students. Congratulations go to the MedReach project. Well done, that's such an important piece of work you're doing with medical students. The final highly commended award of the evening in this category goes to volunteers who have been helping children in schools to become confident and able readers. And during the pandemic, they have recorded a range of bedtime stories for these children. And this highly commended award goes to the Reading Mentors. Really well done to everyone. So, Lem, over to you to announce our first winner of the evening.
Thank you, Julian. Okay, so the winner of the Student Widening Participation Award goes to a project helping disadvantaged sixth form students with their application to the dental school. The winner is the Manchester Outreach Dentists.
Getting onto the course that you're interested in at university can be a huge challenge, especially for students who don't have access to tailored help or support, or maybe they're the first member of their family to apply for university. Manchester Outreach Dentists was launched by Manal this year, and it's been hugely successful. The project aims to help disadvantaged sixth form students from across the country with their application to dental school. The main aim of the project is to help break down barriers that some students might face when they're applying for dentistry, and overall to help make the course more accessible. Manal and the team have run online workshops for prospective students, they've helped out with topics like application prep and mock interviews, and they've worked with over 30 schools up and down the country all in their first year. Huge congratulations to Manal and all the MODS volunteers for your absolutely amazing work this year.
And welcome, Manal, and well done. What a great way to support those aspiring dentists, to be dentists, I should say. Would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, I want to start by, first of all, thanking all of our volunteers. Without their hard work, none of this would be possible. And we're really hoping for the coming years to carry on supporting all of these dental students from disadvantaged backgrounds, to hopefully be able to, diversify the dental career and to make fair and equal opportunities for everybody.
Thanks, Manal. And now back to Julian in the museum.
Thank you, Lem. Manal spoke really well, didn't she? I suppose as dentists, so Lem, they know the drill, don't they?
Oh.
And I'm sure they'll really appreciate the plaque we send them.
Oh.
So, Lem, brace yourself now. We're going to go to the Staff Awards.
Julian, I'm sorry to interrupt, but that new object next to you, it's known to be very, very hallucinogenic. And I'm a bit concerned that you might have been licking it.
I would never claim to be an expert, but I think it's safe to lick it, given that it's only a model fly agaric mushroom. But just for viewers at home, if you see one of these when you're foraging, be very careful. I do need to warn you. There are very much safer mushrooms you can find in the UK if you're looking for a good time. So, well done then to the person spotting this. You seem like a fun guy. So let's get on with the show. There is some more highly commended awards in the staff category now for widening participation. And it goes to an annual campaign engaging pupils with real civil engineering challenges. This highly commended award goes to a living legend of our Making a Difference Awards, and that's Lynn Bianchi and the Greater Manchester Engineering Challenge. Many congratulations, Lynn and all. Lem, Please can you now announce the overall winner in the staff category?
Thanks, Julian. The winner of the Widening Participation Award goes to a partnership that aims to make Manchester Museum more accessible for neurodiverse young people. The winner is the Project Inc. Manchester Museum Partnership.
Project Inc., which is a specialist educational provision. I'm a parent and my son participated in the project. He was undertaking his Silver Arts Award, and the skills, the confidence, just the way that it was facilitated, he felt like he belonged. It's been really impactful on his confidence. Somebody who had quite low self-confidence, he felt like he really belonged. Thanks, Anna, all your passion for really, doing great work for some of the most marginalised young people in the city. Keep it up, the partnership. Thank you so much.
Good evening, Lisa. It's great to see how the museum is working with Project Inc. to benefit our young people. Please say a few words about winning this award.
Thank you. As college lead, it's wonderful to receive this award on behalf of the team at Project Inc. Manchester Museum. So 2 years ago, and in partnership with Manchester Museum, we set out to do things differently and make a difference for neurodiverse young people. And I can really say with confidence today that together we are making that difference. So, let's keep on reimagining the possibilities. Thank you, everyone, and have a lovely evening.
Thank you. Let's get back to Julian in the museum to announce the next award.
So on to our second award category of the evening, this time for outstanding contribution to social innovation and environmental impact through enterprise. Don't worry, there's an even longer award title coming up later. These awards recognise innovation and enterprise in the creation of novel solutions to societal and environmental problems. And the first highly commended award goes to an organisation that aims to make information about medicines more reliable and openly available. Congratulations go to the founder of Open Pill, Malik Ahmed. The second highly commended award goes to an amazing colleague of ours who set up an emergency ethical support service for GPs to support them through extremely challenging times during the pandemic. This highly commended award goes to Ruth Bromley, and we're all really proud of you, Ruth. Now over to Lem to announce the winner in this overall category, so please take it away, Lem.
Thanks, Julian. The winner of the Social Enterprise Award goes to an organisation that makes information and expertise available to help communities. The winners are the Manchester Urban Observatory.
James Evans and team have set up the Manchester Urban Observatory. This groundbreaking project is capturing huge amounts of data across the city through a network of sensors. This project is making a difference through capturing really important information on air pollution and other environmental phenomena. But it's also acting as a focal point for research and innovation and engaging with wider stakeholders across the city. So, well done, James, and the whole of the Manchester Urban Observatory team. Congratulations.
Congratulations, James. Would you like to share a few words with us?
Yeah, sure. It's just been an absolute privilege to be part of a team and a project that's helping the great city we live in realise some of its sustainability ambitions. I'm working with fantastic people from across all three faculties to really try and help Greater Manchester become more sustainable. So on behalf of the whole team, massive thanks for this award. It means an awful lot.
Thank you, James. Thank you. Julian, please announce our next award.
Now to an award in an area that I'm very passionate about, and that's our commitment to equality, diversity and inclusion. There are two categories here, one for staff and one for students. This time we're going to start with the Staff Awards. So the first highly commended award for outstanding contribution to equality, diversity and inclusion goes to a non-profit initiative devoted to providing equal access for science for everyone. Congratulations go to Live with Scientists. The second highly commended award for staff goes to a project that created a book promoting the career of midwifery to young people of colour. This highly commended award goes to the With Women book project team. An amazing activity that. Well done. So Lem, please would you now announce the overall staff winner?
And the winner of the Staff Equality, Diversity and Inclusion Award goes to a grassroots network addressing the underrepresentation of women in science. The award goes to Heather Williams for Science Girl.
In 2012, the EU put out a video called Science, It's a Girl Thing. And the image it portrayed was of women in lab coats, glammed up in high heels, walking through the lab. And whereas that might be true for some, it wasn't the image that Heather and her band of friends were willing to accept. So they rose to the challenge and they started a campaign called Science Girl, starting with a calendar that actually included real women in science and in STEM subjects alongside their male counterparts, really showcasing what women do in science. All the work and the campaign that Science Girl have done since then have made an immense difference to so many girls and young women everywhere. And so I am thrilled that Heather is receiving this award this evening alongside the MBE. Very impressed that she has already been awarded, and I very much look forward to seeing the medals very soon.
Heather, congratulations.
Thank you.
Have you got a few words on your win?
Yeah, I've got a few things to say.
Please do. The screen is yours, Heather.
Thank you. Hello. It's just a total privilege, really, to accept this award on behalf of the Science Girl Network, and I just want to.
Heather, I think we're having a little problem there to hear you.
Thank you. I've just got a bit of a lag on my end of the screen. It's a total pleasure to accept this award on behalf of Science Girl Network. I want to really thank all of our volunteers for all that they've invested in the network over the years, and all that we have planned for the coming for the coming year.
Thank you, Heather. Thanks so much. And I do apologise for interrupting there, but I think there was a little bit of a lag. Probably the wrong prize for me to be interrupting in, but it was a technical issue and we're all good. Thanks very much, Heather. In the student category of the Equality, Diversity and Inclusion Award, we only have one winner this evening. The winner is a project that aims to empower individuals of African and Caribbean descent through a programme of creative, positive imagery. And the winner is the My Story Campaign Project.
The My Story exhibition provided a space to explore the beauty and diversity of African and Caribbean cultures, whilst also challenging the ways in which African and Caribbean people are perceived. Oral history traditions are a really important part of African culture. These are slowly being lost. Tanya used the exhibition as an opportunity to continue these traditions by telling the stories of young Black people and their families. She also hosted the university's first African textiles workshop, where students were able to create their own print art using wax fabrics, as well as hosting Afroverse, an evening to celebrate young Black talent within Manchester. The project highlighted African and Caribbean culture in such a positive light, whilst also bringing people together to learn. A huge congratulations to Tanya and her team for this nomination. This is truly deserved. Well done.
Well done, Tanya. And would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, so I just want to thank everyone and my wonderful team who were part of the project. One thing that I wanted out of this project is to collaborate with a lot of Afro-Caribbean students, and I think that was a massive success. So thank you for everyone that was involved, and looking forward to more projects similar to this.
Thank you. Now, back to Julian to announce our 4th award this evening.
The next award tonight is for Teaching Innovation in Social Responsibility. The first highly commended award is for a flexible platform that brings real-time teaching provision to dental professionals across Asia and Africa. This award goes to the Global Online Learning Forum. The second highly commended award goes to a course providing our students with real-life education where they assist clients who cannot access legal help elsewhere. And this award goes to Philip Drake for the Law in Practice course. Well done, Philip and colleagues. This is such an important project of our universities. Lem, please can you now announce the overall winner in this category?
The winner of the Teaching Innovation Award goes to a course that equips and empowers students to take action for sustainable development. The winner is Jen O'Brien and colleagues.
Creating a Sustainable World is an online USIL module that examines the 21st century challenges that the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations seek to address. It brings together over 80 expert contributors from within and outside of the university to support our students in their understanding of the SDGs. This module brings together the best of our teaching research and SR goals. It demonstrates how our core goals work together and how we can make a difference. Congratulations to Jen O'Brien and all of those who've been involved in this project. It's great to see a project that brings together colleagues from all 3 faculties and puts SR at the heart of what we do and encourages students to apply their academic knowledge to real-world problems that can genuinely change people's lives. Congratulations to you all.
Good evening, Jen, and congratulations.
Oh,
Do you want to
Glenn,
say a few words?
thank you so much. What an absolute honour. This was a labour of love by so many people, including our students. And we're all working really hard to think about ways in which we can create a more sustainable world for us all. So just to say a huge thank you to everyone who's been part of this. But don't celebrate too hard, okay? We've got lots and lots of work to do together.
Congratulations. We've seen some amazing work so far this evening, and I'm sure there's still more to discover. In fact, I know there's more to discover. So over to you, Julian, to announce the next award.
Sorry. It's been great fun to see all of you competing to name these wonderful objects, including this hedgehog. I can tell from the comments, though, that my puns are starting to make you a little prickly. And talking of nature, this, I think, leads nicely on to our next award of the evening, and that's for outstanding contribution to environmental sustainability. Tonight, we've got both student and staff winners, so let's start with the student category. There's one highly commended award, and that goes to a project using sustainable clothing to spark conversations and empower people to live an eco-friendly life. The award goes to Lorraine Walter for her Light and Air project. Now, over to Lem to announce the overall winner in this category, please.
Thanks, Julian. The student winner of the Outstanding Environmental Sustainability Award goes to a zero-waste, plastic-free shop which sources products from local businesses. The winners are the Want Not Waste team.
Our impact on the planet and escalating climate change are issues that affect everyone, but it can be a real struggle to know where to start or how to change your habits. Projects like Want Not Waste are doing their best to support people to introduce sustainability into their own lives, just make small changes that collectively do have a really big impact. The Want Not Waste project has a student-run zero-waste shop on the university campus. They sell sustainable goods, refillable products that help lower the amount of packaging that's used, and they're also a drop-off point for a really wide range of different types of recycling and Tetra Pak and things like that. During the pandemic, the shop has been able to remain open for a lot of the time, helping keep sustainable goods accessible to the wider community. Volunteers have also adapted amazingly well, and they've upgraded their online offer to include things like webinars, panel events, tips and support to people who are introducing sustainability maybe for the first time, and really just serving as a community where everyone can encourage one another. Huge congratulations for the team for all of your amazing work this year. You really deserve all the recognition.
Hi, Natasha, and well done. Please share with us a few words.
Yeah, thank you so much. I just want to say a huge thank you to all of our volunteers, my fellow committee members. They just work so hard. So yeah, it just means so much to us. Thank you to the SU as well and our loyal customers. We're so pleased with the work that we've done this year, despite COVID, and we're really excited to just see the shop continue to grow. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, so inspiring. Now to the staff category. Staff make a huge contribution to any university, though probably not as much as their pensions regulators seem to think. This year, there is one staff winner. There is one staff winner for environmental sustainability. The winner's research assesses the environmental impacts of using solar electrical systems in Kenya. Congratulations go to Velma Mokoro.
energy capacity in Africa is expected to more than triple by 2040. And solar PV is the fastest growing source of renewable energy. But there are also concerns about negative environmental impacts of this growth. For example, the demand for raw materials. So Velma has collaborated with solar PV companies in Kenya to see how their business models can be made more sustainable. She has found that their impacts, for example, climate change related impacts, can be reduced by more than half. And that would quickly scale up if implemented across the entire continent. Congratulations, Velma. Really proud of you and your achievements.
Okay, we'll see.
Maybe you can do a speech for her, Lem. If Velma was able to speak.
Hi, Velma. Hello. Extremely well done. And please, if you can you say a few words? And if we can't hear you, Velma, maybe you've got a mute on your screen there?
I'm so sorry, I can't hear you. I don't know if you can hear me.
I can hear you, Velma.
So thank you very much for being considered for the award. I'm working with a team from the Tyndall Center for Climate Change Research at the School of Mess, and we are working on a project that collaborates with solar energy companies to mitigate environmental impacts of their business operations. And so far, the greatest achievement of our work is that we have been able to devise solutions that reduce greenhouse gas emissions of these solar energy companies, and we are happy that our work is achieving a real-world impact that is transforming businesses and communities in Kenya. So thank you very much.
Thanks, Velma. And back to Julian in the Living Words Gallery.
Thanks, Lem. What inspiring projects, and congratulations, everyone. The next awards for outstanding public and community engagement recognise the inspiring ways the university engages with the public to share knowledge and enrich lives. As in past years, this category once again received the most applications, showing how passionate we are about working with our community partners to make a difference. As such, there are 244 different awards split into 17 subcategories. Only joking. Bear with us because there are 4 parts to this section. So first up is Outstanding Public Contribution, which recognises the contribution. Lem, you've got to stop making me laugh. Which recognises the contribution of our public partners to work in social responsibility. So the first highly commended award goes to an educational charity that supports some of our most disadvantaged young people in Manchester. This award goes to the Into University Manchester North team. Well done. We're all really proud of the work you do to inspire local children up at the Co-op Academy site in Blakely. Congratulations. The second highly commended award then. This goes to someone who was key in conducting a national suicide bereavement survey to identify people's experiences and inform future policy. This highly commended award goes to Sharon McDonnell and her fellow team members. Well done, Sharon. So over to you, Lem, now to announce our overall winners.
This is such a joy, it really is. Okay, the winner of the Outstanding Public Contribution Award this year goes to a collaborative art and very much my passion poetry project. It aimed to raise awareness of stillbirth and give people a voice to talk about their experiences. The winner is Adin Davan Klooster for the Stillborn Project. Unfortunately, Adin cannot be with us this evening, but we have Alexander who's going to receive the award on her behalf.
The death of a baby affects about 4,500 families each year in the UK and around about 2 million families globally each year. The death of a baby is rarely talked about due to the stigma and taboos surrounding it. This means that parents often feel isolated and unable to grieve. This project has produced an interactive artwork that allows parents to remember their baby and gives voice to their feelings and experiences. Contributors from around the world have accessed it and gained huge benefit from participating in it. I just wanted to give my congratulations to Adinda for bringing this artwork into being and for the nomination, which recognises your passion and commitment.
According to the script.
And welcome, Alexander. Please share some thoughts on this amazing project.
I'm really delighted to accept this on behalf of Adinda, who can't be here because she's just given birth to her third baby, who's devoted so much of her time and effort following the stillbirth of her first baby to this project. It has really struck out to reduce the stigma and the taboo around the loss of a baby.
Thank you. Thanks, Alexander. Julian, over to you.
Over the last year, we have lost one of our longest serving and committed public contributors to the work of our Faculty of Biology, Medicine and Health, and also to wider communities across Greater Manchester, Alan Campbell. We would now like to take a moment to recognise Alan.
We would like to recognise the contribution of Alan Campbell to improving the health and well-being of the citizens of Greater Manchester and beyond. Alan sadly passed away in 2020. Through his exceptional commitment and drive, Alan made an incredibly positive difference through championing patient involvement in research, education and NHS services. His unfaltering courage to speak up meant that patients and carers were equal partners. Alan was particularly passionate about the award-winning Data Saves Lives campaign, highlighting the positive impact of health informatics research on public health. He embodied the Greater Manchester spirit, being a passionate advocate of communities working in partnership to everyone's benefit. We will miss Alan very much. However, his memory will no doubt live on through our ongoing work.
A fitting tribute to Alan, who will be sorely missed. Now to our next award. Our second Public and Community Engagement Award this evening is for outstanding contribution by our cultural institutions. We are fortunate to have an amazing museum where I am tonight, an amazing gallery, an amazing public library and an amazing science centre down at Jodrell Bank. And as with other cultural organisations, they have been forced to swiftly adapt to the pandemic. Over the last year, they have all successfully managed to continue to engage with the public in different ways. And tonight, we recognise this work. There are 2 highly commended awards and 1 winner in this category. And the first highly commended award goes to a sector-leading programme that uses art to inspire and engage under 5s and their carers. This award goes to the amazing work of Lucy Turner for the Early Years programme at the Whitworth. Well done, Lucy. The second highly commended staff award goes to those who've created an inspiring online hub of resources and activities that were launched for the public and families straight after last year's lockdown. This highly commended award goes to the Jodrell Bank Discovery Centre. Lem, over to you then, please, to announce the overall winner.
The winner of the Outstanding Contribution to Public Engagement for our cultural institutions goes to a co-created project celebrating the diverse heritage of South Asian culture. The winner is the young people in museums who worked on activities for South Asia Heritage Month.
exists to commemorate, mark and celebrate South Asian history and culture, as well as a better understanding of the diverse heritage that continues to link the UK and South Asia. Through a series of discussions, workshops and performances, South Asia Heritage Month is connecting speakers, artists, other creatives and young people from across the UK and South Asia, in particular India, Pakistan and Bangladesh. I'd really like to make a special thank you to Baz Rashid, Sadia Habib, Nusrat Ahmed, our colleagues at the British Council, Jill Richards, Izzy Cecil, Pavinda Mawaha, our comms team here at Manchester Museum, Chiara Muralini, Michelle Scott, and of course our wonderful digital producers Rahima Yasmin, Hawa Alam, Rizat Hassan, and it goes beyond that with other young people including Samia Murabia and Hannah Rustomji.
Hello, Baz. Wow.
Hi there, Lem.
Such an excellent project. Would you like to share a few words?
Yeah, I'd like to thank our partners, the British Council. I want to dedicate this award to all the young people who were involved in the project. And let's hope we can carry on making changes in the cultural and heritage sector, make them more diverse and more inclusive. Thank you.
That's great. Back to Julian in the museum studio.
I'd now like to announce some other winners from earlier today at our annual Volunteer of the Year Social Responsibility Awards. Oh yes, if you think there's a lot to celebrate tonight, then you should have seen our spin-off Volunteering Awards that happened earlier today. Each year, our Volunteer of the Year winners receive a university medal for social responsibility in 4 categories. And this year's winners are Susan Flynn, who won Alumni Volunteer of the Year, Amy Bonzel, who won Staff Volunteer of the Year, Saif Khan, who was awarded Student Volunteer of the Year, and finally the Intergen Buddy Scheme won the Student Group Volunteer of the Year. More information about these amazing achievements can be found on Facebook Live and also on our university website, and congratulations to everyone. It's now the time of the evening where we will pause to reflect on our status as the world's #1 university for meeting the UN Sustainable Development Goals. Everyone here can be really proud that we came top in the world in this league table in 2021. But what I can reveal tonight is that the University of Manchester is part of 15 Ivy League and Russell Group universities who are in exclusive discussions to break away and form a super SDG league. In response to initial public scepticism, we are, though, open to allowing 5 other universities from the Million Plus group to compete and join us in a league of 20 universities on the very reasonable condition that the 15 founders are never relegated. Look, I jest about rankings, but this is a truly wonderful achievement, and I want to pass over to Nalin Thakin and our Students' Union, who will talk about our ranking as the world's leader for social responsibility and sustainable development. Over to Nalin.
Our university motto is knowledge, wisdom and humanity. We exist for public benefit. And to support this, we've placed social responsibility at the heart of our university for the past decade. Universities are critical in addressing the big questions and challenges facing our world, whether that's supporting the fight against diseases like COVID-19, addressing inequalities, or tackling climate change. And there is no better framework for understanding these global challenges than the United Nations 17 Sustainable Development Goals, which apply to all countries and all sectors of the society. In 2019, the Times Higher Education introduced a brand new impact ranking based on universities' performance towards the 17 SDGs. And we saw this as a valuable opportunity to measure and track the extent to which we were meeting what the world wants from us. In 2021, we completed a hat-trick of years for being the top-ranking institution in the UK. But what was truly remarkable this year, of course, was that from more than 1,200 universities across 98 countries, We were the highest ranking university in the whole world. I want to thank and acknowledge the work of Julian and his team in the Office of Social Responsibility for skillfully managing our submission of evidence for this. But let's be clear, this is a huge collective achievement for all of us, our researchers, our teachers, our students, our alumni, our professional services and cultural institution staff. I have been associated with this university since I was an undergraduate, and so have many of my extended family. We have all felt so proud over the past few weeks to see our university recognized around the world for this achievement. After the most challenging of years for all of us, I know that very many colleagues, students, graduates and friends of the university have also taken time to share in this pride, and so should you. Through our knowledge, through our wisdom, through our humanity, we have made a huge difference.
At the University of Manchester, we believe that universities exist for public benefit. And to support this, we've placed social responsibility as one of our core goals for the past decade. Universities are here to address the big questions and challenges facing our world, and there's no better framework for this than the United Nations 17 Sustainable Development Goals, which apply to all countries and all sectors of society. We've taken part in the University Impact Rankings since their inception because we value the feedback they provide about our performance on each of the global goals. They also cover every aspect of a university's impact: our research, our teaching and learning, our engagement with the public, and how we operate as sizable organisations in our cities and regions. So we're absolutely delighted to top the world in the Times Higher Education University Impact Rankings in 2021. But more importantly, we're pleased to be part of a growing community of universities committed to measuring and sharing their social impact. We're now going to highlight 17 examples of what we've achieved across the Sustainable Development Goals.
We've invested more than £15 million each year in financial support for students from disadvantaged backgrounds. Our students established Britain's first campus-based food bank right here on campus to address food poverty in local communities. More than 3,000 of our students graduate in healthcare programmes each year. Our Manchester Access programme has supported more than 2,000 local students from families with no experience of higher education into our university. We've achieved 15 charter marks for gender equality. We lead the biggest ever research project in the sustainable development of the world's dams. We are divesting from fossil fuel and other carbon-intensive investments. We've become an accredited living wage employer. We formed Health Innovation Manchester to help transform the health and well-being of Greater Manchester's 2.8 million citizens. We are one of the few universities in the UK to hold a charter mark for race equality. We receive more than 1 million public visitors to our 4 cultural institutions each year: the Manchester Museum, the Whitworth, John Rylands Library and Jodrell Bank Discovery Centre. We're the first university in the UK to use the Social Value Portal for measuring impact through our supply chain. We committed to becoming a zero-carbon university by 2038. We've already eliminated more than 250,000 pieces of avoidable single-use plastics, with more to come. We've opened Brunswick Park to enhance biodiversity, support health and well-being, and improve resilience to climate change. We partner with the WHO, Médecins Sans Frontières, and the Red Cross in our humanitarian and conflict response work. We also hold the government register of volunteer health professionals who can be deployed overseas in emergencies. We signed the global SDG Accords to embed sustainable development in all that we do.
These are just a few examples of what we do. We want to stimulate new ideas, actions and collaborations so that together we can play our full role in tackling the world's Sustainable Development Goals.
Hi everyone, we are really pleased to be here tonight as part of the annual Making a Difference Awards for Social Responsibility. I am Kwame Asamoah-Kwarteng, the General Secretary of the University of Manchester Students' Union.
And I'm Carol Tiriongo, the Activities and Development Officer of the University of Manchester Students' Union.
So let us say three things tonight. Firstly, congratulations to all our student winners and highly commended entries in tonight's awards. There are some amazing projects and you make us really proud as your elected student representatives. We are particularly pleased to see that there have been a record number of entries from students to the awards this year.
Secondly, we wanted to say something about why students are so important to social responsibility. Students are at the heart of every great university. We make important contributions to the world locally, nationally, and internationally. And we do this in two main ways. One, we do this through what we do when we are studying here in Manchester, through our student volunteering that supports hundreds of local charities and causes each year, by campaigning on issues like hate crime and race equality, by fundraising for so many local causes like homelessness, right through the cultural contribution we make to Greater Manchester by students from over 150 different countries enriching life in this city. One of the things that has made us so proud in the past few months has been the number of students from all over the world who have volunteered in local communities to support the rollout of the UK's vaccine program. We also support society through what we do once we have finished university as graduates of this university. The future of our planet will rest with us as citizens of the world. And of course, with a Manchester education, we'll often be in leadership positions, shaping key choices and decisions around the world in health, in education, in politics, in economics, and with regard to the environment.
Third and finally, we also wanted to say, as students and as future alumni of this university, how proud we are to be part of a university that is now the best in the world for meeting the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. The work of Manchester students in meeting the SDGs was key to this achievement. We know this new status will help ensure even more future generations of people around the world will hear about what a great city and great university this is. We hope students continue to come here for the same reasons as we did, not just to understand the world, but to change it for the better. Thank you. And I would like to also talk to you about what the Student Union have been doing in terms of social responsibility. So this is why, as a student union, we have decided to walk the talk than just be critiques of what other people say. We have been able to secure over £1.23 million in establishing a scholarship scheme that provides fully funded master scholarship to young people making a difference in Zimbabwe and Malawi. And we've been able to get a commitment from the university to continue on this scholarship under the Equity and Merit Scholarship. In terms of inclusiveness, we've been able to secure £20,000, which has helped us in installing sanitary showers in the Students' Union so that our union can also be very inclusive and we can be very exemplary in also on our advocacy work in terms of inclusivity. We have also been able to secure £50,000 to help us establish a sustainability fund, which will now help students put into action some of their sustainable ideas. Again, we really want to walk the talk and not just do advocacy. Lastly, we have been able to secure £50,000 to resource the Student Union Emergency Financial Support Fund to support the university's living cost fund to ensure that students that are struggling in these times of financial hardship could receive different kinds of financial support. This is what we also add in to what the university is doing in terms of social responsibility, to make sure as students and as young people, we add our voice and we add our strength to making sure the world is an equal and sustainable place. Thank you.
Thank you, Nalin, Carol and Kwame. We have 3 awards left to announce, so very well done if you're still hanging in there. And note that there's just one more object to revealed at some point, so pay special attention. Now, our next awards, please. Our next award for Outstanding Contribution to Local Engagement recognises local impact and partnerships with our civic communities across Greater Manchester. Again, there are some sections for both students and staff, so let's start with the Student Awards. The highly commended Student Award goes to an online mentoring platform for Year 12 learners from less advantaged backgrounds, hoping to start medical-related careers. Well done to MedReach. That's a fantastic achievement. Lem, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the little break. Please, can you now make the awards to our student winners, please?
Certainly can, and thanks, Julian. The student winner of the Outstanding Local Engagement Award is for an arts project which aimed to challenge negative narratives about the town of Blackburn. This is another piece of poetry, and so before anyone thinks this is a stitch-up, I had nothing to do with the judging, promise. So, huge congratulations go to our winner, Rebecca Grant, for the Blackburn Poetry Project.
Blackburn Poetry Project was all about changing the way people think about their town. Blackburn has a lot of great things going for it, but it also suffers from a history of prejudice and segregation. Rebecca addressed this by working with children and bringing in a poet, Mike Gary, and a photographer, Karen Matheson, in order to help the children explore the things that they love about their town, and in doing so change those narratives to something positive. They produced a wonderful collection of poetry and photography, and it really is a great project and exactly the kind of thing we like to see coming out of our school. We're really proud of you, Rebecca. You've done a fantastic job. Congratulations.
Hello, Rebecca.
Hi.
It sounds like a great project. Would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, I'm really pleased. Thank you so much. So I suppose I was working with Kick Down the Barriers, which is a great project supported by the Arts Council and by Blackburn Council. And also big thanks to Our Lady and St John's School in Blackburn and the amazing children who I worked with there. Johnny and Jen from Manchester, Seed, Social Responsibility. And Lem, I was given a book of your poems as a kid and that has kind of introduced me to the power of the written word for young people, I suppose, one of those things. And I'm passionate that outreach has to extend beyond Manchester to towns like Blackburn and Blackpool, where I've worked before and where I've lived before. So that's my message for today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you so much. And Julian, over to you.
Great stuff. Now for the Staff Awards for Outstanding Local Engagement, and the highly commended award goes to a partnership between the School of Arts, Languages and Culture and Blue Shoes Productions. They developed a short documentary to highlight one refugee's experience in the UK. Congratulations go to Jake Gill and fellow team members. Over to you again now, please, Lem, to announce the winner.
So the staff winner of the Outstanding Contribution... I'll start again. The staff winner of the Outstanding Local Engagement Award goes to a scheme that continued to provide legal advice to those most vulnerable during the pandemic. The winner is the Justice Hub COVID-19 Virtual Vacation Scheme.
There are currently millions of people around the world
suffering from dementia, making it increasingly difficult for them to make informed choices about their lives. So, when Phil Drake and his team at the Justice Hub informed me of their initiative to mobilize University of Manchester students to produce online material to help this vulnerable community, I was absolutely delighted. This is exactly the right project for our students and our staff to be involved with, making a real difference for people who need our help and who need our expertise in helping improve their lives. So well done, Phil. The school is delighted for your nomination. We are rooting for you to win. We are very proud of your team, so we all wish that you enjoy your day today.
Well done to everyone who's kept this service going during the pandemic. Philip, please say a few words.
I feel really privileged to work with such a hard-working team of altruistic colleagues and students, and to be in such impressive company, you know, in this award ceremony today. It's been a fantastic team effort, and the whole is definitely greater than some of its parts. The work of a hub is just so important in making the fuzzy puddles of law so much clearer for the general public. And the work of a Justice Hub is massively important for helping the most vulnerable and disadvantaged access to justice they deserve. So my thanks are really to the team, the staff and the students are absolutely fantastic. It just would not have been possible without them.
Thank you, thanks so much. And I'll never forget making the fuzzy puddles of law clear. Love it. Congratulations to all our local engagement winners. Back to Julian in our museum studio.
Thanks, Lem, and it's great to pick up the sirens of London there in your call. And the last award then relating to public and community engagement is for outstanding national and international engagement. And the first highly commended award goes to a social media campaign to help healthcare professionals and students to communicate more effectively while wearing PPE face masks. The award goes to the Smile Behind the Mask. Well done. The second highly commended award goes to a user-led collective for people with serious mental illnesses during the pandemic. This award goes to Joe Edge and team for Mad COVID. Well done for everyone involved in this project. The last highly commended award goes to a programme that was transformed due to the pandemic into a fully digital experience to support teachers and families working at home or in school. The award goes to the Great Science Share. Wow, Lynn and colleagues, well done again. That's such a great achievement. Now over to Lem, please, for the overall winner in this category.
The winner of the National and International Engagement Award goes to a multidisciplinary collaboration with local partners in Kenya. The team worked together to encourage people to use face masks during the pandemic. The winner is Johnny Hook and team.
My name is James Asselford and I'm the Country Director of ADRA Kenya. We are partnering with Johnny in a project to assess the effectiveness of face masks in reducing COVID-19 transmission within informal settlements in Kenya. The project undertook 2 surveys 6 months apart in 3 different informal settlements. Survey questions tested attitude, knowledge and skills concerning masks and other prevention practices. In between the surveys, there was an intensive health promotion campaign and the provision of free masks. Over 200,000 people were directly engaged. The study showed significant improvement in the attitudes regarding the use of masks and a reduction in the COVID-19 transmission rate. So, to Johnny Huck and to his colleagues at the University of Manchester, congratulations.
huge congratulations, Johnny. Would you like to share a few words with us about winning the award?
Yes, thank you very much. I just want to say thank you. It's a big team that ran this project from across the whole university. So I'd like to thank all of them and our partners in Kenya as well, particularly SDI and ADRA, who did all of the work on the ground. And they're really great partners. And we're looking forward to carrying on working with them for many years to come. And just to say, it's lovely to be able to do this kind of research that, makes a difference. And we wouldn't have been able to do it without the support of the university. So everyone who supported the project and helped us get it off the ground, thank you very much.
Thank you, and well done to everyone who has made a difference to communities across the UK and the world. Back to you, Julian.
Our next award recognises social responsibility, innovation and impact in the university's professional services. So the first highly commended award for innovation and impact in the university's professional services goes to an innovative change in policy in our Manchester Museum right here, when it recently redesigned its processes to return sacred and ceremonial items from its collections to Aboriginal communities. The award goes to the Return of Cultural Heritage project team in Manchester Museum. Well done, this work really broke new ground. The second highly commended award for the complete redesign and creation of a new digital platform of participation activities and events as a response to the pandemic. Congratulations again to the Manchester Museum from Home team. Well done everyone in the museum, you're doing so well with awards tonight. So now over to Lem to announce the overall winners in this category. Lem, tell us who it is.
Okay, so Julian, the winners of the Professional Services Award goes to a team who stepped up to address the critical demand for personal protective equipment during the pandemic. Staff and students printed and assembled visors for NHS staff and for a partner project in Uganda. The winner is the PPE printing team.
The team's efforts were required to address the critical demand for PPE provision due to COVID-19 for our local region. This was addressed by cross-faculty collaboration using our additive manufacturing process, 3D printing to you and I. The group was able to draw together a printing hub by bringing 3D printers from across the faculty. This activity directly benefited healthcare workers at NHS trusts in our region, with 3,000 visors and many, many more bespoke items. So congratulations on your really well-deserved award. I'm absolutely thrilled to see a cross-faculty team working together to make a real difference.
Brian, you've got three people talking to you. I apologise. Hiya, Brian. It's been amazing how you all stepped up to help the NHS. Please, could you say a few words?
Hi. I'm really honoured that the team was chosen for this. I feel a bit false person actually taking it because I didn't actually do any of the work. I ought to mention Andy Walwork, Polly Greensmith, Chris Eaton and Scott Miller, who did most of the PPE printing. For which everybody was nominated, and also to Rachel Saunders, who carried out the back office and counted the masks as they were produced and made sure they all went to the right people. So very proud of the team who did all the work, and we're very grateful of the acknowledgement that this award has recognised us with.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Back to Julian in the museum.
Last year in May 2020, an award was given to excellent work in supporting social responsibility in professional services to our colleague Paul Maccabee. Paul was unable to be present last year due to his serious illness, and it was with huge sadness to his family and all of us as colleagues that he later passed away. With the permission of Paul's wife Helen and his daughters Lauren and Isabel, we wanted to share with you our university's tribute to Paul's life.
Paul Maccabee was really proud to work at the university, and he was really proud of all the projects that he completed for us. And of all those projects, the one I will remember Paul for was the Brunswick Park, where we took an old road and created an environmentally friendly park, and he really enjoyed that work.
Paul's work has left behind a great legacy for the City of Manchester in high quality community leisure and health facilities, the rebuilding or refurbishment of all of the city's high schools, good quality open spaces, public art and opportunities for residents to start their careers through local labour initiatives and the schemes that Paul has worked on.
Lots of people were saying, you need to meet Paul, you need to meet Paul. And when I met him, I understood why, because he knew everything about capital buildings projects. He knew all about the statutory sector from his time at the council. He knew about the university, and that was great because we were virtually on campus. And he also really understood and valued our community values.
I know he saw the built environment really as a means for making great things happen, whether that was ideas or relationships or creativity or learning or even social causes.
He made a huge difference, not only to the team and to the university, but to the wider community as well.
He was very strong on community engagement and broke new ground for us in that area. He was also very strong on employability, and he played a really big part in getting people who are long-term unemployed into jobs in the construction industry, many of whom are still working in the industry, which is a really good news story.
That at every step of the way, Paul was there for us. So from helping us work out all the paperwork, understanding what it meant to appoint a design team, everything technical that we needed explaining in layperson's terms, Paul was there. And he was also a fantastic mediator when things were stressful.
And I clicked with Paul as soon as I met him, really, for two reasons, I think. First of all, on a professional level, he was the key person that I worked with in estates to drive forward social responsibility. And he'd regularly encouraged me to go further in my work, which I really valued. But secondly, I clicked with him because he was someone that cared. He cared about our university's work, but most of all, it was clear he cared deeply about people. And it's that compassion, that patience and that kindness that I really remember Paul for.
Paul was a lovely bloke, really nice to work with. He was warm, kind, very astute, very clever. Very good at problem solving, steering things through challenges. Certainly got us through some tricky moments, and we really miss him. And we're very grateful to him for the work that he did with us, and we'll always remember him when we're in that building or when we're out on site. Yeah, thank you, Paul.
Paul was a great problem solver, but I always remember him for his cheerfulness, his positivity, and a really infectious smile. Paul really was one of the good guys.
He believes passionately in the wider benefit of what he's delivered. He was a great team member, collaborative, calm, rational, and a good sense of humour.
It was a pleasure to work with Paul. He always took the time to give me advice and support, and he really took me under his wing during my time there and helped me to get on in my own career, which I'll be forever grateful for.
I think what really stands out to me about Paul is his absolute kindness, his patience. He's very, very calm, a modest man, but most of all, his absolute integrity. And it's been such an honour and a privilege to have known him.
Paul always wanted to help others and always wanted to make a difference, and that's something that he certainly did.
I know you're watching Helen, Lauren and Isabel, and we've been really grateful to have this opportunity to work with you all and pay tribute to the wonderful colleague and wonderful man that Paul was. Okay, we have finally made it. This is the last award of the evening. This last award recognises collaborative working, effective partnerships and knowledge exchange activities that enable our research to make a positive impact on society. We will be making awards for impact, emerging impact and student impact. So let's start with the awards for impact. So the highly commended Impact Award goes to researchers who identified and developed tools to improve cardiovascular research facilities in Africa. Congratulations go to Bernard Keaveney. Lem, over to you to announce the overall winners for Impact, please.
Okay, thank you, Julian. The Outstanding Research Impact Award goes to research that has ensured all women diagnosed with womb cancer are able to be tested for Lynch syndrome. The winner is Emma Crosby.
A huge congratulations to Emma Crosby and her team on the nomination for Making a Difference Award for the work she's been doing for people with Lynch syndrome. Not only has she been showing that people with Lynch syndrome have an increased cancer risk and the mechanisms behind that, but Emma's been crucial in enacting policy change at the highest level to ensure people with Lynch syndrome get the best screening for their cancers that they can, so their cancers can be caught as early as possible. But also, not only is Emma a really good scientist, but she's really great to work with, and she's a really good advocate for women in science, and she has a really great team around her as well. So she's a pleasure to work with, and I wish her all the best. Good luck.
And many congratulations. And good evening, Emma.
Good evening.
Would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm absolutely delighted to accept this award on behalf of Team Womb. It was a truly multidisciplinary effort, but special thanks must go to Dr. Neil Ryan, Professor Gareth Evans, and all the women who took part in our research. Thank you.
Thank you. And back to Julian for the next awards.
Thank you, Lem. Now to the awards for emerging impact of research on society. First, we'll announce the staff winners. The highly commended award goes to researchers who have instigated a change in the definition and understanding of energy poverty across Europe. Huge congratulations go to the Energy Poverty Observatory, which is a project addressing so many of the Sustainable Development Goals. Lem, over to you to announce the overall staff winner, please.
Thank you, Julian. The Research Award for Emerging Impact is documenting the impact of pandemic on the lives of people across the UK. It is creating a unique national archive of personal stories. The winner is the NHS Voices of COVID-19 project team.
NHS Voices of COVID is a University of Manchester programme that records the contemporaneous voices of people like myself on the front line response to the pandemic. It's helped capture lived experience and emotions, and for me that's really important because we can learn as much about how we felt and how we reflected during a pandemic as we can from scientific advances in medical care or social care. And so on a personal level, it's really helped me to keep a positive perspective in an otherwise reactive world. So massive congratulations and thanks to Stephanie Snow Angela Whitecross and their fantastic team that's been involved in doing these interviews. Really well done.
Well done, Stephanie. This sounds like such an interesting project. Would you like to say something?
Yeah, thank you, Lem. I'm so delighted to be awarded this, and I'm doing it on behalf of all our team. And I want to give special recognition to our fabulous volunteers and the many NHS health charity organisations across the UK who are all working with us to collect COVID-19 personal testimonies. And our work is only made possible by their participation, dedication and commitment. So thank you to every single one of them.
Thank you. Julian, over to you.
Thanks, Lem, and congratulations to Stephanie as well. This really captures a key moment in the life of our most cherished institution, our NHS. Now we move on to the last winners for the evening, and if this was the Oscars, I think it would be the best film part of the night. So this is the Student Award for Research Impact on Society. The highly commended award goes to a researcher who has collected people's experiences of the LGBT Foundation services that have moved online during the pandemic. The award goes to Jamie Garcia Iglesias. Lem, over to you, please, to announce the final winner of the evening.
Thank you, Julian. We got there with the Outstanding Research Award for Emerging Impact. It doesn't get more making a difference than that. It's in the student category and it goes to research that aims to improve our global supply chains and so protect the most vulnerable, low-paid workers across the world. The winner is Alumni Shivji. I think I may have said that wrong.
Alicia's project is a business and human rights project that looks at the abuse of farm workers' rights and how that abuse can then be remedied. She has undertaken a fascinating study of the Fair Food programme. Fair Food programme has had a huge impact on the lives and livelihoods of farm workers. She's developed a human rights remedy framework that really places workers at the heart of corporate social responsibility. Congratulations, Alicia. I know you've recently broken your leg, and I do hope that this nomination cheers you up just a little bit and helps you get back on your feet soon.
And congratulations, Alicia Shivji. Please share some words with us.
Hey, thank you so much. I'm really humbled to accept this award. I'd like to thank my supervisors, Ken McPhail, Rose Mary Broad, and Lara Bianchi, and all the farm workers of the Fair Food Program and Coalition of Immokalee Workers for inviting me to the fields to do this research, and to the Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights for allowing me to conduct this case on their behalf. Yeah, I'm very grateful. Thank you very much.
Alicia Shivji, that's incredible work. Thank you. Thank you. Back to you, Julian.
Okay. Over the last 14 months, the world has, and sadly continues to experience, a really challenging global pandemic. This has radically changed most aspects of our lives. As a key place of research, of teaching, and of civic responsibility, our university has stepped up to this challenge. So we want to recognise a number of people in our university community tonight with special COVID recognition awards. And instead of reading these out, they're featured in a short film that we made.
so pleased to accept this award on behalf of Creative Manchester. Right in the pandemic allowed young people from across Greater Manchester to express their experiences and their feelings of life in lockdown. The work that we received was just so creative and really showcased the unique power of the written word, and clearly offered them some catharsism during lockdown life. I'd also like to thank the Creative Manchester team and my colleagues at the Centre for New Writing for their energy and enthusiasm in making this project happen for the young people of Greater Manchester.
Hi, I'm delighted to receive this award on behalf of my co-leads Lucy Van Davis and Angel Chater and the rest of the Health Psychology Exchange. We formed a volunteer collaborative of 155 health psychologists from across the UK to support the response to the pandemic. We did a number of things. We advised organisations about how best to communicate with people about important health behaviours, both by synthesising evidence and providing recommendations, but also helping organisations with supporting physical and mental well-being of their staff. I want to thank all my colleagues from the Health Psychology Exchange for their incredible hard work during this time. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Sue, and myself and my colleague Monica are incredibly proud to receive this very special COVID Recognition Award for our work in administering the Justice Hub. The Justice Hub provides a range of student-centred legal advice aimed at helping those who can't afford to pay. When COVID struck in March last year, the need for legal support didn't go away, but many organisations were suddenly less able to provide the necessary service to clients. Monica and I reacted very quickly, moving the Justice Hub services from face-to-face to virtual, training around 140 student advisors and volunteer lawyers. We've now successfully handled around 150 online appointments. Of course, we couldn't do this alone, so we wish to specifically thank our colleagues at the Justice Hub and the wider university for their support with this shared vision, our volunteer lawyers who support the Justice Hub throughout the year, LawWorks for sharing our services nationwide, and of course for our students for their eagerness to help those in need, our clients for their gratitude that they show, and finally I'd like to give a very special thanks to Monica for being such an amazing colleague, for being collaborative, conscientious and supportive. Thank you from the two of us.
I'm very pleased to receive this COVID Recognition Award on behalf of myself and my teammates for our work with Inua Kike, a small Kenyan NGO that seeks to empower local women. COVID-19 severely impacted single moms and their children in Nairobi slums, so we organized a fundraiser through which we were able to help Inua Kike provide essential items to the women in their communities. Thank you to Adele Aubrey, my teammates, and the amazing women of Inua Kike.
Hello, I'm delighted to receive a COVID Recognition Award on behalf of the primary and secondary PGC programmes within SEED. The onset of the COVID-19 pandemic in spring 2020 was sudden and it was dramatic. School closed to all but vulnerable pupils or children of key workers, and this had a significant impact on our PGC programmes. Our PGC programmes demand that trainees spend significant proportions of their time in schools, and clearly placements were curtailed. This resulted in the virtualisation of our placements. Staff worked really quickly to put in place remote placements for our students to ensure that they could meet the demands of the Academic Award and the Award for Qualified Teacher status to secure our trainees' entrance into the profession. Teams worked quickly and they worked hard. They put in place remote placements, hosted teach meets for instance, and also provided outstanding pastoral support for our trainees and worked incredibly closely with partnership schools. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank the PGC programme directors for everything they've done since then and continue to do to support our trainees and our partners. Also, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank our school liaison team in the secondary PGC programme and our school cluster leads and partnership workers within the primary team. We're absolutely thrilled to receive this award. Thank you very much.
I'm really pleased to receive this award on behalf of the current and previous fourth year pharmacy students. COVID-19 has undoubtedly impacted hugely upon healthcare and brought unprecedented challenges both for people and society. It has been amazing to work in pharmacies during this time and to see everyone pulling together and to play our part in helping to get through the pandemic. Thank you to all my fellow pharmacy students who have contributed and are continuing to contribute to aiding this pandemic. And lastly, thank you to all the wonderful staff and students that have worked together to provide a platform where such remarkable contributions could be recognised.
Well, that very nearly concludes this evening, and unlike previous Oscar ceremonies, I think we've managed to read out all the correct winning names, even if we've mispronounced a few. Tonight's event is the one that makes me feel most proud to work for the University of Manchester, and it's been so inspirational. So please join me and Lem for a moment for an intercontinental clap from right around the world for all our winners and highly commended entrants. So Lem, let's do a clap. Hope you can join in. They'll do. But yeah, thanks, Lem. It's been really good to work with you again, of course, as well. And what we need to do now, and I'm really delighted for this next aspect of our awards ceremony, because we've got somebody very important to our university I'd like to introduce now, and that's our university's chair of our Board of Governors, Mr. Edward Astle, who wanted to say a few words by way of conclusion for tonight. So over to Edward.
Thanks, Julian and Lem, and hello to everybody who's participating tonight. I have the huge privilege of chairing the board at the university, and indeed of attending and closing these annual Making a Difference Awards. For me, they are one of the most important and enjoyable events in my annual calendar. It's frustrating for all of us that we're having to do this for the second year running, virtually, but how wonderful that they're happening at all. And indeed, that so much of university life, including all the activities that we're celebrating tonight, have continued to flourish, despite all of the complexities and restrictions and frustrations of the pandemic. Indeed, on behalf of the board, I'd like to just give a huge thank you to everybody at the university who's helped us through this. Whether you're a student in Manchester or Malaysia learning online, a researcher who's converted your dining room into an office, a member of staff who's visited the campus day after day to keep our facilities running, or an external partner who's adapted to interacting with us virtually. A huge thank you to all of you. As for the awards themselves, yet again, we've had a veritable A to Z of impactful work, from Asia through to zoology. You've involved patients and the public, managed projects and partnerships, made PPE, so many other things. And in Julian's case, made even more appalling puns than usual. So, in a year like no other, it's clear that our commitment to social responsibility remains undiminished. How appropriate then that we should have won one of the most stunning external recognitions for this work when the university came first, not just in the UK, but in the world, in the Times Higher impact rankings against the UN Sustainable Development Goals. This is a massive tribute and recognition for all the work of staff, students, alumni, our partners over many years. So let's keep this up. Our commitment to social responsibility is going to be even more important as our health and education systems, the economy, the environment, the cultural sector, our communities emerge from COVID into the new normal. Finally, let me finish with another big thank you to all the highly commended entrants and winners that we've recognised here tonight. And I'll now pass back to Julian.
Thank you, Edward, for those words. Before handing back to Lem, I need to thank some people whose contributions have made tonight's event happen. First, I want to thank Jeff Hudson, Andrew York and all his colleagues from Media Services who set up tonight's studio in Manchester Museum. They've had to come in and work among wild animals and mummified corpses and make this happen, but more impressive has been the patience they've had in working with me and my team, despite our ever-expanding requirements. Cheers, guys. I'd also like to thank Scott O'Neill, John Bennett, Faye Ryder and David Walker in Media Services for some of our fantastic films, and Bogdan Nicolescu for the tremendous Winners films. I'd also like to thank Harry Newton from Comms and Marketing for his support with social media, and last but certainly by no means least, my own colleagues from the Office for Social Responsibility, Deanne, Suzanne and Marie, who are somewhere in the virtual world on Zoom, Rachel is here tonight and has kept me to script, and last but by no means least, Lisa Govey, who is also here. Lisa doesn't like to get behind the camera, but she has worked tirelessly in managing the whole thing from the launch of the awards last year right through to what time we can all have a beer later on. So thank you for joining us. Keep well, and I look forward to seeing many of you as soon as we open society back up. Lem, I wanted to say a big thank you to you as well for being my co-host, being the yin to my yang. It's been fun to work with you again. It's got to be said, I really enjoy doing this. And can I ask you to say a few last words as well?
Yeah, thanks, Julian. Well, I can just add, I can't add to the thanks that you've given out there. I can just support those. I think a Chancellor's role is to support where he's asked to support. And you know, this is genuinely my favourite ceremony of the year because it strikes right at the heart of what the University of Manchester is about, what Manchester is about, what the alumni are about, what all of the staff are about, from the cleaner to the president. And it makes me so proud to be Chancellor of this university, to see these awards, to be part of a community of people. You know, if you wanted to see our university's motto in action, knowledge, wisdom and humanity, then you need look no further than tonight's event. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Remember to stay tuned in if you want to share a quick after-show drink and conversation with Julian, Esme and myself in a few minutes' time. Good night and look after yourselves.
furniture.
You want me to speak?
We're okay at the moment. I'll give you a shout if
Okay.
I need you again. I'll try and find out.
So which camera am I looking at? Okay, welcome back to the Manchester Museum. We're really pleased to have somebody very special here tonight, additional person, Esme Ward. You looked around then. Yeah. You're the special person. But we do have a lovely wolf here as well, a Canadian wolf, I understand. But Esme, you're much less fierce. Director of the Manchester Museum, and of course Lem, who you saw earlier. Lem, can we hear you? We're not sure if we can yet.
Well, I hope you can hear me. Now, you're saying that Esme is a lot less fierce, but can we be sure about that?
I can vouch. I've worked with Esme for nearly 20 years. I'd rather face Esme in the dark of a night than this wolf. So, Esme, I mean, Lem, I don't know if you've got something to drink, but do you want to... We thought we'd use Brewdog because it's a social responsibility event and they're based on our campus and they pay a living wage to their staff and they do some fantastic work. So cheers.
I'll drink to that.
Here's cheers, Lem.
Cheers.
Here we go. Classy from the can, yeah? Come on, Esme.
I can do it.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys.
Okay, so, I mean, before we get into it, we've sort of framed this as culture during COVID. Sounds a bit, you know, hopefully it's not a depressing thing. But before we get into that, I wanted to ask you both something first of all. Lem, I mean, just about some musings on tonight, yeah? Last year, we were both in our houses. You're still in your house. So I felt a bit tonight. What did it feel like, you know, to get suited up, be at home and deliver these awards? Because at least I had 8 people watching me and a load of skeletons. You just were there on your own.
Julian, that's my normal audience size, what you've just described, 8 people and a lot of skeletons. That's my normal gig. It was wonderful. I mean, people can't see how much work you and the team have done to put this whole thing together, but it's got such a network of concentrated attention to detail to make it seem smooth, and that's beautiful. It's great to witness for me.
Yep. Thanks, Lem. And Esme, you hosted us. You've been over there tweeting and kind of taking photographs and things. What's it like to host basically a TV studio in the museum tonight?
Do you know, I did a tweet earlier where I said we've probably got Manchester's finest and most socially responsible TV studio. And that feels pretty good, actually, for the museum. I mean, the various items of the collection that kept coming in, you were looking more and more like Doolittle, I'll be honest. That was quite fun. But no, it's great, and it's such a reminder of just, that you said about that moment of feeling proud, it's just that breadth of work is really great, and so yeah, I think the galleries look amazing. I think we need to do it more often.
I was saying to the guys, you know, you could be doing this on if you needed to make more money, maybe hiring it out on a Sunday as a TV studio, Sunday evening or Saturday evening.
It's on the list, Julian. It's on the list.
It looks spectacular. Lem, I was going to start then. I wanted to just move into kind of what it's been like in the past year, because I think people watching are probably quite interested. What's it like in the cultural sector, and why I got you both together? Obviously, you've presented the awards tonight, but I think you're a great example, Lem, of a freelance artist, you know, a cultural, what you do. You've been doing loads of work in the past year in these extraordinary times. Then Esme, running a big cultural institution in our city. You've probably got quite different perspectives, but I wanted to start off by acknowledging how hard the year has been, and what's been the hardest thing for you in the past year, Lem?
I think actually Esme and the organisation of the museum and myself have got a lot in common, in that all of the rules changed and we had to adapt as best as we could. And so for me, the year has been a way of taking a new look at the work that I do. And to be absolutely honest, I've not missed being on stage, but I have enjoyed doing the back-end work, curating for the Manchester Festival, guest directing the Brighton Festival, putting together the exhibition with the Duchess of Cambridge for Hold Still. And there's another big thing that I can't remember what it is, but judging the Booker Prize.
I've still not forgiven you for not introducing me to Kate.
Yeah, I apologise for that. Yeah, we did have a natter just the other day. No, we didn't. We didn't. Actually. I shouldn't say we didn't. But the Hold Still, the book of photographs, which actually was featured by one of the winners of tonight's awards, was put together by the Duchess, myself, and about two other judges, with the National Portrait Gallery, and it was only launched last week. That's all very me, but I've not. I have seen a lot of hardship regarding the freelancers in the arts who've moved on to do other work like Deliveroo, and have taken cuts. And I just hope that they have the opportunity to find work as we start to come out of the pandemic.
Yeah.
In fact, just yesterday I was speaking to a brilliant comedian called Simon Munnery, and he'd been furloughed throughout this period, and it had saved his life. You know, it had saved his existence. So the furlough has obviously worked for many freelance artists.
Yeah, thanks, Lemon. Esme, it's been a tough year for the museum. You've been closed, and I think this museum as well. You're in the middle of a capital programme as well. Yeah. So either that's a really good or bad time, and I don't know. But tell me what it's been like running a museum in the past year.
Well, sort of as Lem says, you know, all the rules have changed. So it's been this really weird mix of being utterly exhausting at times and actually really quite heartbreaking. Lots of the people you work with, you care about, they're having really difficult times. But also, being really honest, museums, we have these collections, but it's that encounter with people. And when that's missing, something really important's missing. So that's been really challenging. That has felt exhausting. But then also, it's felt really energising because those normal rules don't apply, exactly as Lem says. So you're kind of thinking this is the moment to do things differently, to listen, to shift, actually accelerate a lot of the work we were doing, particularly around what it really means to care in the city for the people we work with. And having a capital project actually has been brilliant because every single week the museum has been growing week in, week out. So it's been kind of it's been a roller coaster.
Probably something cathartic about some bits of the world have reduced and got smaller. but you're getting bigger. That must have been a good thing psychologically, maybe, during the past year?
Yeah, and also, you know, we've all got much more localised, but at the same time, we're doing as much more work internationally than we've ever done. So, you know, we're doing work on the doorstep with communities, but then we're also having amazing conversations with partners and colleagues in Bangalore or, you know, China or wherever it might be. So it's kind of weird. You're more connected and less connected all at the same time.
All at once. It's confusing, isn't it? And, I mean, there's been challenges, but I think all of us have found things that we really want to hold on to, some amazing things that have happened in the past year, which wouldn't have happened otherwise, let's be honest. We would have just carried on doing the same thing. So, Lem, I mean, for you, what's been, in the past year, what have been the things you feel, new things you've done, which you wouldn't have otherwise done, which you wanted to call out as being something really positive that's happened?
The reality of Zoom, we speak of Zoom often, it's very easy to say, oh gosh, not another screen to look through, and that's fair enough, but you're in my home now. That would never have happened before. You know, there is nothing more real than us connecting in this way in the middle of a pandemic, in the middle of, or towards the end, you know, of this storm. We've been able to connect with each other. And I think that says a lot about how important it is that we do connect. I don't think of this medium as replacing being in contact, but it has definitely added to the contact that we will have in future. The world has changed, you know.
Yeah, so it's the technology bit you think has been the most sort of
incredible. It's been incredible. I have a project at the moment called Tell Me Something About Family. It's all online, and it was launched on Friday, and it's just a thing of beauty to see the connection that people are making with it all over the world. You know, like these awards, you know, maybe they'll be blended in future. There'll be the live events, and in fact, they are blended, aren't they?
They are, but we're thinking that even if we can get people back next year, we will still take a more studio-led approach and blend it. And it'll be a bit like what you saw on the Brits last night. There'll be people there, probably not as many, but we can't fit all of those in the Whitworth Hall. But we'll also then be beaming it out. And I think that blended thing is where, in so many facets of our life, that's what we're thinking. So Esme, tell me something in the past year or some things that you feel have been the most inspirational things that wouldn't have otherwise happened if it wasn't for the pandemic.
So I think one of them actually was featured tonight, which I think has just really, it's so inspiring. So Project Inc., who won an award earlier, who are working with neurodiverse young people, while most other cultural institutions have been closed for much of lockdown, we're a bit unusual as a museum. We've actually stayed open for quite a lot of lockdown for those young people on our top floor above us,
above the sperm whale.
Above the sperm whale, day in, day out. They've been in the museum, and actually one of the things, it's almost knowing they're here and that purpose is happening, and they're using all that the museum is. That's actually, I don't know, that's kind of provided real energy for people and a real sense of purpose, even though they're not in. So I'll be honest, that for me, I've taken so much kind of heart from that, and it feels like, you know, those rules, actually, it was so important to make sure that happened. That's us doing what we need to be doing, what we should be doing. So that's been great. But also, I agree with you about Zoom, actually. One of the things I love about Zoom is it slightly cuts through hierarchy. So, you know, you really open up spaces. And I've really valued lots of the conversations that we've been having on Zoom. So I think that hybrid, we do that, our learning programs. I know one of my colleagues was trialling one this morning. It's a bit of an in-person and online. That's the future, isn't it?
Yeah. You just remind me when you're saying about the Project Inc. as well. Tell me about the museum dog. Because that wouldn't have happened probably as well. I'm quite excited about this.
So we have a wonderful museum dog, and he, whose name I've just forgotten, which is awful. I need
Wendy's
someone to Wendy's dog. That's what we all call him. Wendy's dog. But
my dog's played with Wendy's dog.
Okay, everybody's dog has played with Wendy's dog. If Wendy's watching this, she'll be ready to kill me. But he's a therapy dog, and actually one of the things we've been thinking a lot about what an ethics of care means for a museum. So museums, we care for stuff. as you can see. We're really good at caring for stuff. But I guess we've been thinking, what if you extend the care to people, ideas, beliefs, relationships? That's what a museum does. And the minute we started really thinking about that, we realised we needed other forms of support, not just for us, but for our partners in the museum. So whether that's the art therapist we had available for staff during lockdown, the therapy dog, whatever it might be, those actually feel really integral to the museum.
Yeah, and it's a great thing that these, you know, when we come out of this pandemic, we've, as you say, we've done things which will just stick now. And I think it's been, for me and for both of you listening, it's been a time of real innovation as well, where we've been able to take more risks. I think opening up more personally. You mentioned, Lem, being in your house. Yeah, that this wasn't a thing 14, 15 months ago, and
really wasn't.
I think it's made us all more vulnerable, but it's also made us more human. We're not just the person we bring into work; we are a whole person. And I think actually that's broken down more barriers. And people have said, I don't know about how you feel, Esme, but you've been coming in a bit more maybe than me, but I feel more connected to my team. And the reason being, we've spent more time together than if we were sat in separate offices. And I think we've seen into each other's lives a bit more. And I think that's only a good thing for the world of work. I think it makes us more happy, more better well-being, more productive.
I think there's something about the shared vulnerability. And that's institutions as well as individuals. Actually, it really gives you that sense of what you want to fight for and what you stand for. And that's what I've noticed. Certainly colleagues here, more stretched than ever, less of us than ever doing more. But actually that sense of purpose, stronger than ever.
I wanted to ask, it's my penultimate question. It's a serious one, which is why it's not my ultimate question. And I'll go to Esme first, actually, on this. Have a sip of beer. So, if I was Oliver James Dowden, who's younger than all of us, by the way, which is great. But anyway, he's Minister for Culture, as you know, Lem and Esme. If I was Oliver James Dowden now, what would you say to me about what could I do to help your work and make it easier? And because the cultural sector, the creative sector, is so important to our nation. And it's been a challenge, let's face it. You've had cuts, you've probably been struggling for some bits of work that you might have previously had. Lem, lots of people have had this. So what would you say to me if I was the Minister of Culture?
Well, perhaps unsurprisingly, I'd say invest. That you know, if the pandemic, I do a lot of work with health partners, and for me, those two areas, so if this pandemic has taught us anything, on the one hand, the value of that, our health, but also the role of culture and creativity in being a space where we can thrive and where we can make connections is absolutely critical. And I think our sense of healing and recovery and all of those things, actually the role of culture in that is absolutely critical. And we see it. It's across all ages. It brings people together in a way so few other things do. And so I will always be saying invest in the things that make us human and connect us to each other.
And there's a real economic dimension to this. Some people just think you just need to put a pound sign on things. That's not my approach or yours, I know, but for some people, if they're looking to make investments, and I think actually there's a real economic case for culture now, because we're going to go through a collective mental health challenge as a nation, let's face it. Services were already stretched before this happened, so I think we're going to see things that we've not seen before in any of our lifetimes in the next year or two. And I think places like this are going to be at the front line of all of these things, Esme.
Just this morning there was an event which was bringing together the cultural sector, the health sector in Greater Manchester, a brilliant report called A Social Glue, which was looking at culture as a social glue. And it was saying actually for our collective recovery, for our creative health, the thing that makes us human, that means we'll all thrive, culture has to be part of the solution. It's not an add-on, it's not a nice to have, it's central. Absolutely integral.
Lem, for you then, as somebody that's more kind of not running an institution, but clearly doing loads of things as an individual, I've never seen you work so much actually in the past year, different things you've been involved in. But what would you say from a policy point of view? If I was the Minister for Culture again, what would you say to me?
Well, not being a politician, I probably wouldn't say anything on a policy point of view. Well, what I would do is I would withdraw all cultural influence from all of the departments of government, from Westminster, Portcullis House, and I would ask the politicians to live a full life without cultural influence, institutions, paintings on the wall, television, Netflix, music, museums for their children and for themselves as adults. Withdraw that from them for a week, and they would understand the richness of the creative industries regarding the well-being of human beings. So if I could just, do it with it, I would do that.
That's a really good point. It's a bit like the footballers, getting off Twitter or something. Maybe a blackout of culture maybe it's an extreme bit of activism that the cultural sector could do. I hope you don't, by the way, because I think I'd be quite depressed.
No, I won't, but it's basically...
I think we'd all be, really. It sounds really grim.
Yeah, really horrific, actually. Grim and horrific. And once he'd experienced that, then he would know how important the arts and the creative industries are.
Yeah. Okay. So I said I wouldn't end on a negative one because I think there's a lot, I think, from a policy point of view. I'd be optimistic and say more people know the sorts of things you've just said now than ever. So I think we have an opportunity there. But what I wanted to finish on is tell me something you're going to be doing in the next 6 months that really excites you, that you can't wait to do and is going to be amazing. So, Lem, I'll do you first. Go on, tell me something you're going to do.
Well, I have the website that was only been up for a couple of days, and it's going to go through this next few months, and it's called Tell Me Something. And it's just a lot of people telling me something about family. Simple as that. But if it wasn't that, it would be doing Have I Got News for You tomorrow.
So it's live tomorrow?
No,
Really?
It's not live. Yeah.
Wow.
But
have you ever done it before?
No, I haven't, no.
How much is scripted? Is it, the jokes must be better than the ones I did tonight.
I'll know tomorrow. It's 4 hours of work, so I've got a feeling that they have a structure which they will introduce me to when I'm there. So, yeah.
Well, good luck with that. I didn't know. I'll have to tune in. We'll send out a link through our channels. I'm sure lots of people will want to tune in and watch you. What time is it on?
I just don't know. I'm doing the recording tomorrow, and it's in the BBC listings, so it'll probably be next week. And on Friday, I'll be on Mary Beard's Inside Culture, which I'm really, really excited about because I met some incredible people there. Yeah, but that's all me. The website is all about other people.
Tell us a bit more about the website. Go on. What is it? What's the aims?
It's called me tellmesomething.co.uk, and all I'm asking is that people, as we emerge from this pandemic, tell me something about family. It's as simple as that. And the website is an international map of the world, I should say. And every person who puts inputs, they get a little pin, a little light, sort of on the map. And slowly the world's filling with these commentaries about family from people all over the world. There is no ulterior motive. Nothing will be created out of it. It is just, we are united by our experiences, I think.
Great. Okay, so for those of you at home, give us a website address again.
It's tellmesomething.co.uk.
There you go. Thanks, Lem. So,
can I just add?
Esme, go on.
It's beautiful, Lem. I was on it last night. And it just gets to the heart of the matter. It's gorgeous. Sorry.
Thank you so much. It is, yeah.
And it's so simple. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I'll have to check
Thank
it
you.
out
Thanks,
as soon as
Esme.
I finish tonight. Okay. Thanks, Lem. And Esme, in the next 6 months, what's really exciting you?
Well, you know what? I'm not even going to go to the next 6 months. I'm going to next Wednesday because we reopen.
Of course, yeah.
And I'll be honest. I cannot wait. So the last year, after the very first lockdown, one of the most moving days in the last year was we reopened to the public, and our very first visitor was a woman and her son. And she said that this young lad had been coming to the museum day in, week out, his entire life. And the lockdown would be the first time he hadn't, and they were first in the queue. And just that look of wonder, it was really emotional. And so for me, we open on Wednesday, book your tickets. And I think all of us at the museum, want people to come in. We've got we've got a really lovely new show which is all about the experience of nature and healing in the last year, working with some amazing artists, just reminding of that kind of unique moment of global quiet that happened in the pandemic. And we've been really thinking a lot about how connected to nature people have become in the last year. So it's a celebration of that. And I'll be honest, we're all pretty emotional about it. We just want to fling the doors open.
Yeah, it's going to be a big moment then.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So thanks very much. And that was, I think we've been about 20 minutes now, so we should probably have a rest. Lem, stay on. We'll say goodbye to the rest of the world, but Esme and I would like to say goodbye to you personally in a moment. But just to say to everybody else that stayed tuned in or watches this indeed afterwards on YouTube or something, I hope you've enjoyed that conversation. I've really, it's been a little bit bizarre with all the different objects, but I think it's shown off the best things of the museum. I particularly like this. And the first thing my daughter asked when I showed her a picture beforehand was, how did it die? Kids ask the best questions, and Jenny has told me that there was a cull of these, because, and it's from Canada. But I think the objects, they're just fascinating, and I've got a few questions about some of them, which I'll ask you later. So thanks, Esme, for being so generous with hosting us here tonight. Lem, amazing. Thank you very much. It's been so good to have you again. You've been an amazing award giver and presenter, so cheers for that. And to everybody that's stayed tuned in, thank you very much, and we'll see you in the real world soon, we hope. Thanks very much.